Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله.
How are all you?
We are doing.
I asked a question from your mother, but she didn't reply. Ask her on my behalf, should I make you memorize the whole namaz book or not? Or is
Okay.
only tajweed enough? Because it will at least take 1 month or more than 1 month to memorize the whole book.
Yes, sir. She didn't read the message. Some sibling read, so she's saying yes, you can.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. First of all, it's articles of faith. Iman Mufassil in Urdu, articles of faith in English. So these are the things, or these are the beliefs which we have to believe in as a Muslim. In order to be a Muslim, we have to have faith in all of these things which are discussed here. We will read the translation later on. First of all, the Arabic. آمنت بالله وملائكته وكتبه. Okay, first of all, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
آمنت بالله وملائكته وكتبه ورسله واليوم الآخر والقدر خيره وشره من الله تعالى والبعث بعد الموت. Okay, Tamsila, you read.
آمنت بالله وملائكته وكتبه ورسله واليوم الآخر والقدر خيره
خيره.
وشر
خيره.
خيره
Yeah.
خيره
Hmm.
وشره من الله تعالى والبعث بعد الموت.
Good job. Ahmad, you read.
Uh, آمنت بالله وملائكته وكتبه ورسله واليوم الآخر والقدر خيره وشره.
First of all, make your lips fully round. Wal yawmil akhiri wal qadr. Dal kalkala on dal. Come on.
واليوم الآخر والقدر خيره وشره من الله تعالى والبعث بعد الموت.
Okay, Hiba, you read.
آمنت بالله وملائكته وكتبه ورسله واليوم الآخر
Wal yow. Make yow proper.
واليوم الآخر والقدر خيره وشره من الله تعالى والبعث بعد الموت
Ta'ala. Say ta'ala.
تعالى.
Yeah. Okay, Ali, you read.
آمنت آمنت بالله وملائكته وكتبه ورسله
Again,
واليوم
again, again, slowly.
الآخر. آمنت بالله وملائكته وكتبه ورسله واليوم
Bache,
الآخر والقدر.
I am having sense as if you are saying kutube or It should be kutubi. I'm not sure whether you're reading kasra correctly or not. Read again slowly, more slowly.
آمنت آمنت بالله وملائكته وكتبه ورسله واليوم الآخر والقدر خيره وشره من الله تعالى والبعث بعد الموت
Say wal yawmil akhiri again.
واليوم الآخر.
Yeah, okay. All right. I believe in Allah. So, number one thing a Muslim has to believe, the first thing he has to believe in is Allah. I believe in Allah. His angels, all of His angels, His books. So, the famous books which are well known and popular are number one, Torah. Torah was revealed on Sayyidina Musa alayhi salam. Torah was revealed on whom?
Hazrat Musa alayhi salam.
Yeah, Sayyidina Musa alayhi salam or Hazrat Musa alayhi salam. And Zabur was revealed on Hazrat Dawood alayhi salam. Zabur was revealed on whom?
Hazrat Dawood alayhi salam.
Hazrat Dawood alayhi salam. Injil was revealed on Sayyidina Isa alayhi salam. On whom?
Hazrat Isa alayhi salam.
Yeah, Hazrat Isa or Sayyidina Isa alayhi salam. And the Holy Quran was revealed on Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. On whom Quran was revealed?
Prophet Muhammad
Sallallahu
sallallahu
alayhi
alayhi wasallam.
sallallahu alayhi wasallam. And there were some other scriptures, some booklets you can call them, or some other parts of revelation which were revealed on other prophets, but they are not mentioned anywhere. Okay,
Okay.
so these are the four famous books which were revealed on these prophets. However, the Torah, the Zabur, and the Injil have been corrupted. They have been fabricated by some other people, by the scholars of those books who were corrupted and who were greedy, and they took bribes and they took money in order to change and relax the rulings so that the elite of their society could do whatever they wanted to do. So the Jews changed the Torah as well as the Zabur, and the Christians they changed the Injil, turned it into Bible. So the only the Holy Quran is left behind, which is authentic 100%. There is no error in it, and it will remain error free till Qiyamah. So it will not be changed because Allah has Himself uh, taken the responsibility to protect Him. So in history, there was a time in the subcontinent, especially, and in the whole Muslim world, there was a time when the Muslims were under the rule of the Christians and under the British Empire and other under other ruling nations which were kuffar, and throughout the Muslim world, the publication of the Quran was prohibited at that time. So the Quran was no more found in book form anymore. It was not common. However, there were several hundreds and thousands of huffaz at that time, the memorizers of the Quran, and because of them, the Quran was preserved. Similarly, in the Central Asian states, uh, when there was Soviet rule, uh, the Soviet Union, the government of the Soviet Union, they did not allow anyone to read or to write the Holy Quran. So Quran was not published in that country anymore, and there were many Muslims who used to study from their teachers uh, in this manner that they would learn or pretend to learn other worldly skills like uh, sewing clothes, like other things, but and at the day night when the rest of the world was sleeping, including the soldiers, at night they would learn the Quran, and they would not learn the Quran by reading, they would only learn the Quran by sounds. So the teachers would recite the verses and the students would listen again and again and they would repeat and then they would memorize the Quran in this manner. So they were not unable to read the Quran from the book because books were not allowed, the Quran was not allowed, but they would be able to recite the Quran from their memory. So, memorization is the best way to preserve the Quran, and Allah has preserved the Quran by the means of Hufaz, by the means of memorizers. That is why we call them Hafiz, the protector of the Quran. Hafiz of the Quran means protector, Hifazat. Hafiz comes from the word Hifazat. Are you getting my point?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. His messengers. So in common public, in common folk, this thing is popular that there have been 124,000 messengers. However, the hadith which indicates that is very weak. It is not authentic. And the most authentic opinion among the scholars, I am not talking about among the common public, but among the scholars, is that nearly 120,000 messengers have been sent for the guidance of mankind. So every nation has been sent with a prophet. The prophets or messengers have not only been sent only to the Middle East, but messengers have been sent throughout the world to every nation. There have always been a messenger. So in the subcontinent also, there was a messenger. In China also, there was a messenger. In the Americas also, there have been messengers. So it is not only in the Middle East. Are you getting my point?
Yes.
So the
Yes.
most authentic opinion is around, not exact number, but around 120,000 messengers have been sent for the guidance of mankind. The more popular opinion among the public is 124,000, but that is a very weak link. That's not that much authentic thing. The last day. What is the last day? The Qiyamah. The day this world will be ended, and the life of the next world will begin. Uh, in reality, when we die, our afterlife immediately starts or begins. But before entering to paradise or hell, unfortunately, we have to go through the last day, the day of judgment. And at the day of judgment, our good and bad deeds will be uh, the quality of our good and bad deeds will be scaled, will be weighed. It is not the number of deeds which will be counted, it will be the quality of the deeds which will be uh, weighed into the scale. So, for example, if a person has done 1,000 bad deeds, 1,000 sins, but if he has done only one good deed, but his one good deed was heavier than those 1,000 bad deeds, then he will enter paradise. So it will not be the number game, it will be the quality game. Or how much sincere we were in our deeds and what was the intensity and sincerity. Whether we were doing good deeds to show off others or whether it was only to please Allah. That is the thing which will be counted at the day of judgment. And in the
Oh,
taqdeer, okay. Ahmad, were you going to say something?
no, no, no.
Okay. And in the taqdeer, all right, that all good and bad is from Allah the Most High, and I believe in the resurrection after death. All right. So it is also common that many of the scholars, they say that we should not think about taqdeer very much. We should not go deep in that topic. But however, I am of the opinion, and other some other teachers are also of the opinion, that this thing should be discussed properly, because it is a very sensitive issue, and many people are actually nowadays uh, they are very confused about this issue, because whenever they do a bad deed or bad thing, they say it is in my taqdeer. Okay, so they blame their taqdeer for their bad deeds, but this is not the case. So we will discuss this issue today now.
Oh,
All right. So what is taqdeer? What is destiny? Destiny is actually uh, there are several factors regarding it. First of all, we will see one verse of the Quran where Allah is saying in Surah Al Baqarah. I hope that I am quoting from the right surah, that you will get whatever you will try for. You will go get whatever you will put effort in. Okay? So this is first point which we need to consider. If you will uh, try to do bad things, you will get bad results. If you will try to do good things, you will get good results. Number one. Number two, secondly, in the Holy Quran, there is a verse which says, and make ready your strength to the utmost of your power. Let us Google it. Let us Google it so that we can get the authentic translation of the verses. First of all, you will get what you will try for. Man gets whatever he strives for. Yeah, this is in Surah An-Najm. Huh? What he strives for. Okay, in this website is not good. Yeah, in Surah Baqarah also. Uh, no, no. Yeah, Surah Najm. So this is in Surah Najm. There is nothing for man except what he strives for. All right, number one, number two. In Quran, there is a verse, and make ready your strength. Yeah. All right. So this is Surah Al Baqarah. All right. In Surah Al Baqarah, this is verse number. I think it's 60. Yeah, maybe. All right. And prepare against them whatever you are able of power and of steeds of war, by which you may terrify the enemy of Allah and your enemy and others besides them, whom you do not know, but whom Allah knows, and whatever you spend in the cause of Allah will be fully repaid to you, and you will not be wronged. Okay? Prepare, another translation is like this: prepare against them whatever force you can, and the trained horses whereby you frighten Allah's enemies. So Allah is saying to the Muslims, you should be prepared, well prepared for war. Allah is not saying that you go in the battlefield without preparation. No, Allah is saying you have to prepare yourselves to the utmost of your power. Whatever resources you have to gather the resources, and then you have to prepare. So in previous times it was horses, now there are tanks, aeroplanes, missiles, etc. So the Quran is itself encouraging man to strive. Two verses I have shown you where uh, this principle was told that you have to strive for what you get. All right. So this is point number one. Now, what is taqdeer? All right. So let me give you an example. So, Ahmad, you tell me that if you have watched a live cricket match, do you like cricket, by the way?
Yes.
Okay. If you have watched live cricket match, at the end you will know the results. Is it correct?
Yes.
Yes. If a friend of yours does not know, he has not watched the live cricket match, and you tell him the results already, you tell him the results of the cricket match, and then after that he watches the highlights, and then whatever you told him, the results were the same. If he starts saying that have you been friends with that cricket team, and how did you know the exact results? Maybe you are a match fixer or a trickster. How how did you know the results? What will be your answer? How will you reply to your friend?
I will say that I had watched the match live.
Yeah, you have watched the live match, and that is why you know the results.
Yes.
Okay, it does not mean that you have affected the match in any way.
Yes.
Okay, it means that you already know what are the results because you have watched the live match, and he did not watch the live match. So later on, when he saw the highlights, it does not mean that you were the person who affected the match in any way, or you knew what will happen without any means. Okay, this is just an
Okay.
analogy. Okay, this is not 100% accurate analogy. It's not 100% accurate, but I am just explaining you the concept of taqdeer here. So what taqdeer is, that Allah already knows what is going to happen, because Allah has
Hmm.
knowledge of all the things. Allah already knows what is going to happen. Allah has the knowledge of all the things, but we or any other person, any other creature does not know what is going to happen in the future. Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Only Allah knows what is going to happen, but we don't know what is going to happen. So, therefore, when Allah knows everything, we don't know what is going to happen. If a person, knowing this fact, if he blames Taqdeer for his sins, that he is a foolish person. Why? Because he himself does not know what is written in his Taqdeer, what is written in his destiny, until that thing happens. We can know our past because it has already passed. We can know our present moment which is passing, but we cannot know what is going to happen in future. When we don't know what is going to happen in our future, then we cannot blame our actions on destiny, because we don't know what is written in our destiny, only Allah knows it. So we
Yes.
cannot blame our taqdeer, because we cannot blame our taqdeer for our bad actions. Are you getting my point?
Yes.
Yeah. So our actions are in our control. Our screaming is in our control. Allah has given us control. Allah has given us free will. If, however, for the sake of argument, for just 5 minutes, if we trust and believe the person that yes, everything is dependent upon taqdeer, whether we are good people or bad people, it is already written on our taqdeer. All right, okay, for the sake of argument, we agree with that person. Then my next question is, what is the reason why will we be questioned at the day of judgment? If already is written in taqdeer and we are bound to taqdeer, and if a person is going to hell and his intentions, his actions do not affect his destiny, and he is already bound to go to, then why will he be questioned at the day of judgment? Does it make any sense? if
No.
we are if we are forced to do bad things, then why will we be questioned? This is the question which I ask from these people. So the correct conclusion is that whatever is written in destiny is because Allah knows what is going to happen, but Allah has not forced those things upon us. Ultimately, we are responsible for our actions, and at the day of judgment, that is why we will be questioned. Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now,
So,
this thing
sir,
is, let
there
me,
is a question.
yeah, go on.
So, sir, for our good things, there is takdir.
Neither for good nor for bad. Let me explain. Let me explain further. I
Okay.
have not finished yet, by the way.
Okay. Okay.
This is
Sorry.
only the first part. Okay.
Okay.
Whatever actions we take, we are responsible for it, whether they are good or bad.
Hmm.
You can think of Taqdeer as a booklet or a book where Allah has written all the future things which are going to happen because of His knowledge, but we don't have the knowledge of. Okay?
Okay.
For the time being, just keep this thing in mind. Let me explain further. There are other things which we need to consider. What Taqdeer really is and what we cannot do about really is, we cannot decide our parents in which house we are going to be born. We cannot decide about that. That is our taqdeer. Allah has decided that for us. We didn't have the decision that I am going to be born uh, in the house of Mughal emperor, or I am going to be born in a house of a common person. We don't have that decision. Allah has decided that already for us. Are you getting my point?
Yes.
We cannot decide our death. How will we die? When will we die? We cannot decide. In Islam, we cannot endanger our life. Okay? We have to protect our health, our body, our belongings as much as possible. But ultimately, it is Allah's decision when and how we are going to die. But on the same hand, just because Allah has decided it already, we are not allowed to endanger our life. So some people, they will start wheeling and they will do crazy stuff, thinking that life and death is in the hands of Allah. So do whatever you want to do. You will die on the day when it is written. So why are you fearing? No. That is a wrong conclusion, because there is a uh, hadith, and I do not remember the complete hadith, but I only remember some of the portion of it, that at there was one time when Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his companions were going through a place, and there was a wall which was very weak, and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam hurried from that place. He rushed from that area. He did not say that because my death is whatever, the day of my demise or my death has been decided already, so I will just relax and just go. Not at all. He protected his life. He tried his level best to. He took his precautionary measures. This is what I'm trying to say. So Islam teaches us to take precautionary measures whenever we are in danger. Are you getting my point?
Yes.
However, the day we die and the way we die, it has been already be decided. It is written in our taqdeer. The day we born and the place we are born and the parents we are born to, that's also decided. Okay, there are some things in our life, some events which have already been decided. For example, for example, we have a loss in our business and it has been destined. Sometimes it is a test. Allah is testing our patience. Allah is testing our faith. What reaction we give, what kind of reaction we will give when we will have that bad event in our life. Will we cry? Will we whine? Will we scream? Will we become angry on others without reason? Or will we be patient? We will be thankful to Allah? Or uh, will we look at our deeds and observe our character and our daily life, whether we have done anything wrong, because of that bad thing happened? Or it can be a lesson from Allah that be careful next time, do not make hasty investments, do not misuse your money, the wealth which I have given you. Be careful next time. It can be a lesson also. And it can be a punishment also for our bad deeds. If a person, remember, when a bad thing happens to you in life or any person in life, and if that person moves away from Islam, he goes further away, then that is a kind of punishment to him. But if a person is having bad time in life and he has come closer to Allah, then that is a blessing in disguise. That is a test for him, and that is a means for him to go closer to Allah. Because if everything is green, and if all in life we only have happy moments, then we will forget Allah easily. So it is human nature that humans need to be shocked from time to time in order to keep their connection strong with Allah. Are you getting my point?
Yes.
This is also part of taqdeer. Another important thing, uh, as far as the worldly things are concerned, there is no guarantee that you will work hard and you will achieve that thing. There is a possibility that you will achieve that thing. There is a possibility that you may not be able to achieve that thing. That is also in the wisdom of Allah, whether that thing is good for you or not. For example, a person wants to be rich and he works really hard. He does a great job. He does good business practices. He works really hard, but still he is unable to accumulate enough wealth. after 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 20, 30, 40 years. He worked really hard, but still he was not able to accumulate wealth. Maybe that is good for him, because there is a possibility that if he would become rich, he would become proud, he would become rude, he would treat those unfortunate as compared to them very badly, very rudely, and as a result, he would go to hell. So that is why Allah kept him in the state of poverty so that he remains humble. Are you getting my point?
Yes.
Now I will give you another example. Whatever is, whatever risk, whatever wealth is written in our taqdeer, we will get it. However, we are going to decide the means, the way, how we are getting it. It can be legal, it can be illegal. I will just quote an event. So, once Sayyidina Ali radiyallahu anhu, he appointed, or he gave responsibility of his horse to a man. And he said, I am going to offer Asr prayer. Please protect my horse for that time, and I will reward you accordingly. So Sayyidina Ali radiyallahu anhu went to the masjid, offered the Asr prayer. When he returned back, the horse was there, but the saddle on that horse was not there, and the man was also absent. Sayyidina Ali rode the horse to the market and found a shop where saddles, horse saddles, were being sold. He saw his saddle and he asked the shopkeeper, what was the price on which you have bought this saddle? He said, a man just came before you few moments ago or few minutes ago. He sold this saddle to me for 2 dirhams. Sayyidina Ali radiyallahu anhu thought to himself that I was going to give him 2 dirhams for the protection of my saddle. It was the intention of Sayyidina Ali radiyallahu anhu to give him 2 dirhams for the protection of that saddle, but that person chose the illegal way. He could have earned it the halal way, but he chose himself the illegal way. In his taqdeer, 2 dirhams were written, but the way he earned was chosen by that person. 2 dirhams was his taqdeer. The way he earned his taqdeer was his own actions. Are you getting my point?
Yes.
So, if a person is accumulating wealth from haram means, from illegal means, and he has become a billionaire, there is no guarantee he will be use his billions of rupees. So, he may be in need of an object. He may be very sick and he needs a medicine, but the medicine is not available in the market. He has come across a rare disease and the medicine is very rarely available in the US or in other country. He goes around throughout the world, but he still cannot find that medicine because there is no blessing, there is no barakah in his wealth. He may be very rich because of his illegal means, but he is very sick. He cannot move from his bed, he cannot move from his chair. He needs other people to attend washroom. So that wealth has not brought any benefit for that person because he earned that wealth from illegal means. Thirdly, he may have a lot of wealth, but he is not respected in the society because he has been exposed, and Allah is making, Allah is humiliating him through his creatures. So he has a lot of wealth, but he has no respect in the society because he has chosen the wrong path. So, uh, he could have become a billionaire through legal means also. And if he would have become a billionaire through legal means, he would have earned respect, like Abdus Sattar Idi Saab, like other people who have done great things for mankind with their wealth. He could have earned that money by legal means. Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
So there is no guarantee, 100% assurity that as far as worldly things are concerned, you will try and you will get it. However, as far as deen is concerned, as far as religion is concerned, it is not possible that if a person wants to be a good person, he wants to be a good Muslim, or if he is a non Muslim and he wants to become a Muslim, then Allah will not guide him. It is not possible. Allah will certainly guide that person who wants to be a Muslim. And Allah will certainly make it easy for that person who becomes a Muslim and then he wants to be a practicing good Muslim. Allah will guide him through his uh, other creatures. For example, he may get a good teacher who will teach them about Islam. He may be able to come across a good book, and by reading that book, he will be inspired to become a good Muslim. Allah will enhance his understanding of the Quran and Sunnah by means of various mediums. If a person really wants guidance, if a person really wants to be a good Muslim. So there is 100% guarantee that if a person tries his level best for the sake of deen, he will get that thing. He will get the deen. But as far as dunya is concerned, there is no guarantee. And the last point, which is very important, even if deen wise, you wanted to do something, for example, you want to give charity, but you don't have a great amount of wealth. But if you want to give charity, that I want to give charity, I want to give sadaqah of $100 billion. But if a person only has $10 and if he gives $1 in charity, because of his intention, Allah will give him the rewards of $1,000 billion at the day of judgment. Like I said earlier, the quality of the actions based upon your sincerity and purity of intention will be counted at the day of judgment, not the amount of deeds. It's not the amount of wealth which you spend, it's the quality of wealth which you spend. It's the quality and sincerity of your intention which is demanded. Are you getting my point, Ahmad and all of you?
Yes.
So even if you are unable to achieve, so Muslims want Khilafah to be established, Islamic rule to be established, and they are trying their level best. But still they are unable to do it. But when they die, then Allah will reward them equally. Even if they failed in this world, they will be successful in afterlife because of their intentions and because of their actions. Islam tells us to take action. Islam does not bound us for the results. We will not be questioned about the results of our actions. We will be questioned about our actions themselves and our intentions themselves. What were our intention? What were our actions? If our intention is pure, our actions are good according to the method of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, then it will be enough for us in afterlife. Even if in this world we cannot succeed in our action, even then we will be successful in afterlife. That's the real deal. That's the real thing. So this was the concept of taqdeer, that first of all, some things are in our hand. Those things are actions and reactions. How do we react? Okay, one last thing which I want to say. These natural disasters, for example, coronavirus, for example, tsunamis, earthquakes, wars, famines, why do they happen? They happen when a large number of humans in a place become disobedient to Allah. So, if the rulers of a state, if the rulers of a nation are cruel and they are bad people, it means that Allah is angry over the vast majority of that nation because it is disobedient to Allah. If earthquakes are happening in any part of the world, then it means that Allah is angry. Similarly, if tsunamis happen anywhere, it means Allah is angry. Okay, then the next question arises, what about the good people? Obviously, 100% of any nation cannot be wrong or corrupt. Even if 99% are corrupt or wrong, 1% is always good. So there are some few good people in every nation. Those people, they are affected by the punishment when that area is affected. However, at the day of judgment, they will be forgiven and they will be entered into paradise because of their good actions. So even if this in this world a disaster happens, and even if good and nice people are affected, even then in afterlife they will be forgiven and they will be entered into Jannah because they were good and nice people in this world. Are you getting my point?
Yes.
So
Yes.
these were the points which I wanted to mention, because taqdeer is not a simple topic, and that is why it took the whole lecture in order to explain it. It was necessary because many people, they wrongly and foolishly blame their taqdeer for their wrong actions, which is totally wrong, because otherwise there is no point of questioning at the day of judgment. If everything is already written, and the taqdeer affects our actions in every situation, then how are
And
we,
you can,
how can we be questioned at the day of judgment? So we have free will, but we don't have any control over the results. We have control over our own actions and reactions, but we cannot have any control over the results. The results are in the hands of Allah. That's the thing which I wanted to point out. And I believe in the resurrection after death. Resurrection means that we will be given a second life after we die. That is the life of afterlife. So we will be raised again from the dead at the day of judgment. That's called resurrection. So these are the things which a believer has to believe in order to believe, in order to be a mu'min, in order to be a Muslim. All right, so inshallah. Meet you tomorrow. Wish you best of luck. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.